Hello, this is Jamie Magrich. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this. Stampin' Up! Had these square pillow boxes in their catalog, and since I'm in a spending freeze, I needed to try to figure out how to make them. I thought they were really cute. So they open like this. Okay, so let's get started. So fairly simple project. It's just a little tricky. Okay, so I'm going to start. You need a stylus of some sort, a pencil, a pair of scissors. To decorate, I have a 2-inch circle and a sprig and a couple of markers and a Blackberry Bliss ink pad and a stamp from it's one of May made it. May Helms. Okay, I have 2 circles cut out of black. It's the largest of these circles. I think it's the infinity dies. I don't really remember. I don't have them labeled. And then I need a 3 7/8 inch square, because that would fit exactly in the center of this, like that. Okay, so I've got 2 of those. Let's move these out of the way. All right, so what I'm going to do, the one from Stampin' Up! Was all one piece. And while I could figure it out, it was really difficult to get this pillow shape here in the center. So it was easier to do 2 circles. So I'm going to grab my 1 circle. I'm going to take this 3 7/8 inch square. Whatever size circle you use, the square just wants to fit. So it's corner to corner just inside the circle. Okay? Then you're going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark these corners. Just a little mark in those corners. Okay, I'm going to do that on both of them. Whatever you use to do your circles, keep that handy because you're going to need that in a second. So I'm marking these circles. Okay, and I'm going to bring that, I use that same die. And I'm going to see the little marks here. I don't know if you can see them. And I'm going to bring that die up to where those marks are. So it's on the mark here and on the mark here. And then I'm going to bring in my stylus. And I've got this backwards, so let me turn it so I can actually work because I'm right-handed. And I'm going to trace that curve with the stylus. That'll give me my and I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way around. That'll give me my pillow box shapes. One here. Here. It's not difficult, it's just a little fiddly. One more. Okay, I'm going to do that on this other one as well. Okay, let's find this one here. This one over there. All right, one here, one over here. Well, this doesn't have to be perfect, just as close as you can get it. Okay, and then you're going to want to go and erase those pencil marks. Though if it's on the inside of the box, you're not going to see it anyway, but all right, so we're done with those. We'll put those aside so we don't lose them. All right, now, before we put them together, we're going to gently bend on those lines. Just use your thumb and then your opposite hand and just push them up. Just makes it easier when the box is finally together. If you've started those creases a little bit. Just kind of teasing it up. Okay, now I'm going to take some wet glue. You could probably use your snail. I just prefer the wet glue. And I'm going to put glue on one of these little, I don't know what you call them, shapes. Like oval, but they're pointed ovals. Football shapes, I guess. And then we're going to take one of the from the opposite one and set it right on top of that one. You don't want to go past that score line. You want the score to be able to, okay, I didn't have it quite lined up. Let's try that again. You want the score to be able to bend. All right, there we go. Okay, so now let's tease that up again. Tease this one up. You gotta push it in a little bit from the back. Probably should wait and let it dry. Now I'm gonna bring in a small punch. Like a 1/2 inch or 1 inch, and on one of these edges I'm going to do a 1/2 of a punch. That's a thumb hole so you can open it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold up this one, fold up all the sides. One will go in on top of the other like that. You can glue those if you want. This one will go on the inside. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to fold up this side, and then we're going to fold up this side, and this side will go inside this side. Now you can glue these sides, which is what I did, or you can leave it open. And this one's scored a little bit off, so I'm going to just pinch it there in the corners. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I want these to be inside, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, put it in and hold it. Once you get it closed, it kind of holds itself, but see what I mean? It's a little fiddly. but it isn't difficult. Pinch those corners together. Tuck this one in. Tuck this one in over the top. Pinch those corners. Okay, so there's our box. Now I keep all these open ends towards the back. Now we're going to decorate it. I'm going to bring in a 2-inch circle punch. You can use anything you wanted, but that's what I chose. Bring in my stamp. I'm going to stamp it over towards the right side as far as I can without hanging off. I'm going to bring in this little die here. I'm going to turn this over and use the back of it to color it. So, well, you can't see it though. I'm going to bring in some blends, some alcohol markers. I've got a light rich raspberry, a dark rich raspberry. Okay, so I'm going to color the tops. The top part of these, they look like thistles to me, so that's why I colored them this way. Color the tops with the light rich raspberry. Okay, then I took the dark one and I added some darker lines down towards the bottom. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Just strokey lines, just to give a little bit of something else. And I came back in with the light one and just blend it over the top of it. Scribble right over the top. Then I took light old olive and I colored all the stems. When you're using your alcohol markers, you don't need to press hard. You just want to press, be light, just let that tip sit on the paper. If you want a thicker line, then you go to the side of the marker. You don't need to press harder. Okay. Then I came in with some foam dots or tiny dimensionals. These are so small. Even the small ones were too big, so I cut a couple in half. Put them on the back. The little thistles. Oops, that one wants to be used. It hopped right on there. Let's get another one. I think I only need one more, but Okay, then I'm going to peel off the backs. I'm going to bring in my box, take my wet glue, I'm going to put glue in the center of this. This is curved, so it's not going to stick over the whole thing. Center that up in there. Take this. I'm going to push this over this way just a little bit. Whoops, not that much. This is going to fit right in those spots there. You need to angle it a little bit. Okay, then I took a little bit of wet glue on the tail of this here. Just a tiny bit. Hold that for a second. And I came in with some very fine purple ribbon. Didn't quite match the rich raspberry, but it matched good enough. Same color family. I'm gonna have to clean my scissors, they didn't want to cut. Okay, get a glue dot. Back of that, right over this stem. Hold it in place. There you go. The one we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. Well, thank you so much for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some paper, maybe some stamps and ink. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.